In this video, we're going to learn about a work breakdown structure, what it is, and how it can help you to map out the effort you and your team are going to have to put in to deliver everything you need and complete your project successfully. The definition of a work breakdown structure is a hierarchical deconstruction of the total scope of work to be carried out by the project team to accomplish the project objectives and create the required deliverables. That's quite a mouthful, but I actually think it does a pretty good job defining it. But the part of that I want to focus on is the deconstruction. Before you can plan how long your project is going to take, you have to have some idea of what kind of effort it's going to take from you and your project team to get all the work done. It's really easy, especially as a non-PM, to just dig in and start putting tasks into a Gantt chart or a spreadsheet or a calendar or to-do list or whatever tool you're using to manage your project. But is that the best way to start? More often than not, that will just lead to a project plan that's frustrating and impossible to stick to. The chances are pretty good that you'll end up abandoning that plan altogether. Then you're really in a pickle. Have you ever heard the phrase, practice makes perfect? You probably have. When I was learning to play drums, I studied with a guy who was a top of his class graduate of the prestigious Navy School of Music. I blurted out, practice makes perfect, at a session one day, and he stopped dead in his tracks and shook his head at me. That's not true at all, he said. Perfect practice makes perfect. Now stick with me here. Just throwing a plan together isn't enough. That's how you end up with incomplete plans, and incomplete plans are a liability. A work breakdown structure enables you to have a more complete and accurate plan. There's no such thing as a perfect plan, but if there were, this is where I would say perfect plans make for perfect projects. I think you get what I'm trying to say here. The more thought you can put into the effort required to complete your project, the better your plan will be and the more likely you are to stick to that plan. It's well worth the few minutes or even hours it will take to build your work breakdown structure. Okay, so I've convinced you that you need a work breakdown structure. Great. How do you actually build one? Remember, we're not really worried about how long things are going to take at this point. We're just thinking about what needs to be done and how much effort each of those things will take. Start at your top level tasks, then break those out into smaller subtasks. Then go further. Will any of those subtasks have subtasks of their own? Repeat this process until you've listed out every imaginable task. Once you have everything listed, give each item a value. Use whatever scale works for you here. If you're working on a big construction project, you might use days, or a small website update, maybe hours works better. Use what you're comfortable with. I know it might seem like a lot, but the goal here is to take what looks unmanageable and break it down into smaller, easier to handle chunks. Once you have your work breakdown structure, it's time to start putting your project plan together. Only this time, you'll be working from a detailed task list, so your project plan will be better from the start. And don't worry if you don't get it exactly right the first time. Remember, they're called estimates, not exactaments. Keep working the process and you'll get better every time, and so will your projects. Remember, perfect practice makes perfect. Do you plan to start using work breakdown structures for your projects? Let me know in the comments, and if you found this video helpful, I'd love it if you could return the favor and hit that like button. And don't forget to subscribe to our channel so you don't miss any of our videos. Thanks for watching. I'll see you next time.